Hey everyone, the Bulgarian Split Squat is coming up in the strength cycle, so I wanted to go through a few of the different setup options and a few of the finer details that you should be looking for in your classes. So we've got Kathy here about to show us some of her finest split squats. So we'll go with the standard setup first, which will be on a bench. She'll have either a pair of kettlebells or a pair of dumbbells in her hand, so she can pick up the kettlebells or dumbbells. So let's just watch her do a couple first and then we'll talk a bit more. Good, and one more for me. Okay, so a few of the setup bits. Kathy, at the moment, if you leave your foot on, has got the top of her foot on the bench, so we'll come back to that in a minute. She's got a good width between the feet for stability, and she is just stood up nice and tall at the start. So if I can get Kathy to lower to the bottom of her Bulgarian split squat. So notice how she has dropped the hips down, not sent her knee forward. So crucially, the front knee has stayed inside the toe. You can hold your hand here for athletes that are struggling and tell them to not touch the hand. So that's one good thing you can do. She has touched her knee on the ground. This isn't imperative. Some athletes will, everyone should get close, but not everyone will. It might depend on your height and mobility a little bit. So from here, she pushes through the middle of her foot to stand back up. So we should see no weight diving forwards into the toes. So one of the most important bits about the movement of a split squat is that the knee is held in the right place. So as Kathy lowers herself down, she's going to keep the knee held out slightly over her middle toe. She's going to avoid it caving in. So if you see athletes like that, tell them to push the knees ever so slightly out over their middle toe. So avoid that, keep it out. Let's do one good one. Perfect. So Kathy wants to relax there. Going back to the setup, some people do experience cramp in the sole of their foot. So there are several options with the foot on the bench. You can go as Kathy did a minute ago. So that's just top of the foot right on the front of the bench so the ankle can articulate around the edge. Or if it's more comfortable, you can put your toes down. That does increase the height of the rear leg, so they might not be able to get the knee as close to the ground with that. So see, Kathy can not quite get her knee to the ground, which is fine. Or if she relaxes again, in some cases you can put one of the smaller rollers on and the foot on this. So crucially now the roller will move a little bit as she goes down, which again really helps keep the rear foot relaxed as she lowers into her split squat. So again, she won't go as deep with the knee, but the equivalent depth on the front leg is there. So if Kathy can do one more. Good. Relax there. You can also do this on a box. If you don't have enough benches or whatever, there normally are. Some of the boxes are a bit lower, so if you have a shorter athlete who's struggling, you can do exactly the same on one of the lower boxes, and there's a few options for that. Perfect. So that's the Bulgarian split squat and the teaching points therein.